Hello, everyone. Welcome to Life Wisdom, a place where we share stories, lessons, and perspectives to help you live a calmer, more meaningful life. Let's take a moment to reflect and enjoy today's message together. Peace does not come from perfection. There are days when we spend all our energy chasing an image of perfection: a perfect career, a flawless body, a smooth relationship, a life free from mistakes. We convince ourselves that only when we finally reach that standard will we feel calm, at ease, and safe. Yet the harder we chase, the farther peace seems to drift away. The closer we get to perfection, the more distant inner peace becomes. Modern life constantly whispers in our ears that we must do more, achieve more, and be more. From childhood, we're told to strive, to compete, to always improve. And somewhere along the way, we forget how to simply be. We start comparing our journey to others, measuring our worth through numbers, titles, and approval. Social media magnifies this illusion. We scroll through perfectly curated lives and silently ask ourselves, why am I not like them? This obsession with perfection quietly drains the joy out of living. It makes us afraid to make mistakes, to be vulnerable, to show our real selves. We carry invisible armor, pretending to be strong when we're tired, smiling when we're hurting, saying I'm fine when we're not. But peace cannot bloom in pretense. It grows only where truth exists, where we dare to be honest with ourselves even in imperfection. The idea of perfect is an illusion. No human being is without flaws, no life without cracks. Even the brightest moon carries shadows. Yet the mind keeps whispering, if I fix this, if I become better, if everything goes right, then I'll be happy. But that if becomes a cage, beautiful on the outside, suffocating within. Peace doesn't come when everything is perfect. It comes when we realize everything doesn't have to be. Maybe your home isn't the prettiest, your job isn't the highest paying, or your relationship isn't always smooth, but that doesn't mean you're failing. It simply means you're human. And being human, with all your messy emotions and imperfect moments, is perfectly enough. Acceptance is the first step toward inner peace. Many fear the word acceptance, thinking it means giving up. But acceptance is not surrender. It is simply the act of no longer fighting against yourself. When you stop judging your flaws, when you forgive your mistakes, when you whisper to yourself, I am worthy even when I am imperfect, peace begins to unfold. We often change ourselves to be loved by others, forgetting that true love begins when we learn to love ourselves. A heart filled with self-rejection cannot offer real compassion. Only when we hold our own wounds gently can we hold the world gently too. Love, kindness, and peace, they all grow from the same soil within us. Life, in all its imperfection, still moves beautifully. Every mistake, every loss, every disappointment carries a hidden lesson. When we stop asking, why me, and start asking, what is this teaching me, we begin to see the purpose behind our pain. The broken pieces of our story are not failures. They are the places where the light gets in. And something magical happens when we stop trying to control everything. Life softens. When we release our grip, things start to flow more naturally. When we stop demanding ourselves to be perfect, we finally breathe easier. Peace flows like a river only when we let it, not when we force it. The world doesn't need our perfection. It needs our presence. People don't remember us for being flawless, but for being real. Our cracks make us human, relatable, beautiful. Like the Japanese art of kintsugi, where broken pottery is repaired with gold, our scars can shine too. They don't ruin us. They reveal our strength, our courage, our story. Sometimes, imperfection is what makes life beautiful. Without mistakes, how could we learn forgiveness? Without pain, how could we understand joy? Without flaws, how could we grow compassion? The uneven edges of life are what make it real. To live in peace, we must learn to soften, to stop comparing, to stop pretending, to stop demanding too much from ourselves. Allow yourself to rest. Allow yourself to be unsure. Allow yourself to not have all the answers. There is strength in stillness, grace in surrender, and healing in gentleness. Each day, we can practice peace in small ways. In the morning, take a deep breath and remind yourself, today, I don't need to be perfect, just present. When your mind begins to criticize, observe without reacting. When you catch yourself comparing, gently whisper, my path is my own, and that's enough. When you make a mistake, ask, what can I learn, instead of why am I not better? Write down 3 things you accept about yourself each day. It could be, I'm still learning to be patient. Or sometimes I'm lazy, but I still try. Or simply, I'm not perfect, but I'm worthy. These small affirmations are seeds of peace. Water them daily, and they'll grow into calm strength. One day, you'll realize peace was never a destination. It was always here, waiting in the present moment. When you breathe deeply, watch the sky change color, feel the wind touch your skin. That's peace. Not something to achieve, but something to notice. Life doesn't ask us to be perfect. It asks us to be awake, to be kind, to be whole in our imperfection. Walk gently, smile often, let go of the need to have it all together. The most beautiful souls are the ones who've learned to find calm in the chaos. Peace is not the reward for being flawless. It is the gift we receive when we stop running and start being, when we stop fixing and start feeling, when we stop chasing and start trusting. And one day you'll look back and see that the most precious thing you ever had wasn't perfection. It was peace. The peace that came when you finally allowed yourself to be human. The peace that whispered, "You are enough, just as you are." Because true peace never comes from perfection. It comes from a heart that smiles, even when life is not. Thank you for listening. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share to spread positivity. See you in the next video on Life Wisdom.